There's no collectability with these, Steve.
I would say you're lying.
Average Joe.
It's always time. We kind of want that.
Hello everybody, welcome to Average Joe Watch Reviews, where we do more than just reviews. Today we have a special guest, the STEELDIVE, which is actually mimicked after the 1970 Captain Willard, the Seiko 6105. This watch is on loan from a really cool watch channel, WatchWit. He's actually almost at 1,000 subscribers, so go ahead and give him a subscribe. I would truly appreciate that. Thank you so much for having this on the channel. This watch currently is anywhere from $89 to around $120 if you buy it in the US. So let's get into some specs here. First and foremost, as you can see, it's got that really bulbous case, which is very reminiscent of the Seiko Patty. Take a look at that. But as we know, the STEELDIVE is indeed mimicked, as I said, or homaged from the Seiko Willard, which now you could buy them on eBay for in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. So we're going to take some measurements first and foremost. So we'll take our trusty calipers and we'll zero it out. And we'll take a look. This is definitely a bigger case. And we're measuring it at 43 millimeters, which is my personal sweet spot, considering the fact I have the Breitling headwind, which is also a 43 millimeter on my 7-inch wrist. Our case thickness is a 13 millimeter, and our lug to lug, as you can see, it's got a really very integrated lug style, as you can see here, and that would be right at the 45 millimeters. So the dimensions on it are not too bad, and as you can see, it's got a blue sunburst dial. If you check out the indices here, they're actually done in squares and an actual rectangle. Look at that second hand. It actually has what looks like a stoplight red circle, and you've got the lume on there. And I have to admit, the lume on this is incredible. You actually get lume on all the indices, the handset, and the bezel. And I'm going to show you a lume shot right here. And as you can see, it does have a boxed crystal. Now, I've got the trusty diamond selector today, and we're going to find out whether or not we have sapphire on this particular watch. And while we wait for that light to come on, we're going to take a look at the case back, and this is an NH35 movement. As we know, it's very robust and very reliable. All stainless steel, okay? And you've got the Captain Willard logo right in the center. So we are ready to go. So I just want to make sure that our light is correct. There we go. I like to keep it right there just below. And let's see. We are sapphire crystal, my friends. Very, very good upgrade, especially for a watch at this price point. We also are sporting the 120 click bezel, and as you can hear, very good movement. I'm actually very impressed, and it's got a little bit of backplay at certain spots, but not very much. Especially for a watch at this price point. We'll take a look at some of the finishing here. You can see that it does have a brushed finish here on the tops, and it is polished on the side. The bracelet, I have to admit, it's really done nicely. And the bracelet, we'll take a dimension of that as well, because I believe we do have a taper. So we're going to measure it from here. We got it right about 20, and that goes down to like an 18, so about a 2 millimeter taper, not a problem. Again, you've got the Captain Willard logo right there. I love the dual push button. We do have a press clasp, but it's totally forgiven for this price point. especially considering the clasp is really easily operated with the safety clasp, and it does feel good, so I do give it a pass. And the bracelet has solid end links, and it is just done really nice. These are push pins, and again, I'm not expecting screws at this price point. I have to say that I'm extremely impressed with this watch. We do get a signed crown as well. Look at that. Again, the Captain Willard, or should I say the STEELDIVE. This is the STEELDIVE logo, as well as the STEELDIVE logo back here. If I said the Captain Willard, I was mistaken. So there you go with that. We do have the crown at the 4 o'clock position, and I do want to show it to you guys on the wrist. So we will do a wrist shot here. As I said, very easy to deploy this clasp, and the watch, when I tried it on, very, very comfortable. I have to say, this is one of the most impressive watches that I've seen at the right around the $100 point. So I think we might be seeing this on the channel in the future. We'll see, but I have to say, very, very impressed. I'm going to take a weight on this watch, and I want to just kind of give you guys an idea as to the weight of one of these watches here. So we're going to clear it out, and we're going to do ounces first. So the STEELDIVE is at a 6.1 ounce, and I just want to compare it to the Seiko Patty. Seiko Patty is definitely lighter at a 5.4 ounces. We're going to do that in grams. Let's do grams. Grams will be 148 grams compared to 174 grams. So definitely a little bit heavier than the Seiko Turtle Patty. But I have to admit that the specs on this watch is indeed very, very impressive. So I'm going to flip the camera around and give you guys some final thoughts with our special guest coming up. All right, so we're going to get some final thoughts on the STEELDIVE with our special guest, Steve from the Watch Corner. If you're not already subscribed to Steve, please click that link down below. I'm going to have it in the description. Just click on the link and give Steve a subscription, and just tell him in the comment section that Average Joe sent you. Thank you. So what do you think about the STEELDIVE, Steve?
Well, first off, I can't believe for $89 I'm getting this. I think that I am ripping off the company, because clearly this is at least a $300 looking watch.
I have to agree. You're getting sapphire crystal AR coating. You're getting super luminova. You're getting that ceramic bezel. You're getting a tapered bracelet with just, I mean, it feels like butter on your wrist. I couldn't believe it. When I had it on my wrist, I was convinced that this was a $300 or more watch. Something similar to the Patty Turtle, but this is a STEELDIVE, Steve.
Amazing thing to me is this lume. You have a green and a blue, I believe a C3 Super Luminova on the bezel and on the dial.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. I went out to my car just to put my bag from AJ's out of my vehicle. When I came in, this thing was glowing. I mean, just basically a minute. And then plus the water resistance you get with this thing, forget it.
Yeah, Steve, I agree. I mean, this is a watch that you're getting a lot for your money. You're really not it's really not coming up short in any regard.
Right.
As you said, this is definitely a watch that because Steve brought it over. He brought it over from the Watch Wits channel. Right. And when he told me $89, I said, I need this on my channel ASAP. So Steve, he rushed over from Maryland just to come here to show me this watch.
If I had to pick a top 5 watches that I would keep in my lineup right now, this one would be in the top 5. Honest.
So, Steve, this is coming from me, a channel that I don't typically like homage watches. But because the Captain Willard right now is selling for $3,000 plus on eBay, you can't get these. I love the fact that there's companies out there that are saying, hey, you can get one. There's no collectability with these, Steve.
Right.
Like what Mark's doing for Long Island watches with the Monster. But
Yes.
if you love the look of a particular watch, there it is. Well, Steve, thanks for joining us today. And again, if you're not subscribed to Steve, please give him a subscribe. And also click a like for this video. That is the most charitable way to help Average Joe Watch Reviews. Thank you so much, Steve. And always remember that there's always time to be kind to one another.
And also, please remember, time is short. Let someone you care about know how much you love them today.
All right, guys. Have a good one. God bless.
Yes.